So I'm still a little bit blocked, so don't mind me if I talk a bit weird, because I just can't hear myself very well. But anyway, there's always something, isn't there? So as I was talking about birds, I was thinking about something else. Here, since I can't go out, I have very limited contact with nature and with my usual rituals that keep me grounded and keep my contact with the spirits, so to speak. I think my hearing got even a bit more sharper, although as I say, I can't even hear myself right now. But I do like pay attention more, for example, to the birds singing, and there was this one bird that was driving me crazy. That was just like a sound that I never heard before, and I'm not gonna imitate it because I suck at that, and I'm not able to sing bird. So, and then there were some other birds, and I just really wanted to know what it is, because I realized I love birds, and I love it really. I discovered how comforting that is for me to hear birds, and how how I started noticing when I can't hear them, and all these things that we take for granted. And so I started paying attention, started thinking like, okay, I would like to be able to recognize birds. So I tried to record it, and of course every time I try to record it, it stops as if it knows. But I got a little bit, and I started looking and on YouTube and on the internet, different bird songs, and I just found it fascinating. And then I started looking a bit, like just a glimpse, catching a glimpse of a bird flying and trying to identify it. It's quite exciting, quite interesting, and I feel a bit like when I was a kid and I was really into everything and I just wanted to recognize plants and trees, and I was collecting leaves and collecting drying plants, making like a little herbarium or something, and just being curious about everything. And now once we're at home, we have to stay in, and it reminds me also of when I was a kid and I had to, I was sick and I had to stay home, and it was never a problem. It was quite an exciting time because finally I had, I could do whatever I wanted with my days, and I always found something to get into. And now I think, of course, all that is very quickly replaced with just scrolling Facebook and bullshit. So I think it's nice also to think about it right now, that we don't just kill the time, because time doesn't have to be killed. It's gonna pass anyway. But to use this time and to really, don't see it as something that has to, that we just have to numb, because we will eventually go outside, and what we take with us out of this time will serve us. So we can either waste it like we used to, or try something different. And maybe that's the time to reconnect with this kind of simplicity and this curiosity, getting into something. And for me, it was I just suddenly felt so like, for example, I just realized, well, it's not like I didn't realize that before, but it just became even more apparent of how much I don't know, or how many things I can't do around house, or that I can't plant things, and I can't grow herbs or a salad on my balcony. And there's just so many things to learn. Even there was this kind of funny thing. Well, no, not really funny. Nothing funny about it. But people started warning about mixing house cleaning products so they don't do like a deadly mixture and suffocate in their house or something with some fumes. And I was thinking, but I never wanted to be like a little chemist with any house products, but it just didn't cross my mind to start making like DIY antiviral thing. But I just never thought about it. And once I thought about it, I realized that I have no idea, and there's just so many things that I don't know how to do. So I feel like I'm still this little child who just has to learn everything, and from birds to plants to household items. And I do not know, for example, how to fix anything pretty much around the house. I am completely useless. Perfect housewife. So yes, I was saying that we can use this time productively, learning things, making little goals, instead of wasting it on Facebook, as I do. So guilty. But I must admit that it's been a bit hard to connect to this, to the source, to this something that, especially when I write, I tend to connect to this parallel world. I tend to draw from it, and it is a bit hard now. It does. There's a lot of like nervous energy in me and around, and that makes it harder to concentrate and to like immerse yourself. So I think I'm very jealous of, I think I said that before, people who have pets, and because pets are guides to the parallel world, basically. That's what they are. So, and talking about my recent rants about human being questionably intelligent. I appreciate animals even more, if that was even possible. I just feel like I have to be surrounded by animals all the time. And so yes, so I'm jealous of people who have animals, who can spend all days with their animals right now, and who are at home, because at home you can create your own environment, your own like a perfect atmosphere to be yourself. And especially for creative people who a lot of us need this, an atmosphere that is helping to get in the mood of creation. And here, it really could be worse, and I always tend to adapt myself to spaces quickly, because as I travel, I can't have all my magical trinkets around me. I can't have always, the smells I want. I really would like to have some incense right now, just to change things up. But I just make every place feel like home by. I just adapt, but which is weird, because I'm actually not. I can be a very demanding and very sensitive to sounds, smells, light. But I know which what kind of environments work better towards me. And with creativity, of course, sometimes you just don't know when it's gonna happen, when it's gonna click, and when you're gonna get into the flow. But you have to do everything that's possible to to help that to happen, to provoke that. So, of course, when you're at home, you have more chances to do that. So, especially now, I'm really, I'm jealous of those who can. I just miss so many things. And I know that a lot of time when I had my place for a while, for a couple of months, or even it happened for maybe a year or two, I was in one place. And I had a chance to create that environment for myself, to have my sort of light, my sort of, candles, incense, fabrics, whatever I wanted. And I didn't quite take advantage of it. And not mentioning times when I was completely out of it and I couldn't even make I wasn't even cleaning my space properly. Like I was just a mess inside and out. And I was always going outside to feel alive. I don't know. I couldn't sit at home. I couldn't sit with myself. I couldn't concentrate. Yeah, it was just a mess. Difficult times. So, so when I started discovering and appreciating my space, it really changed everything. So, but now, of course, since I can't do certain things even more, I crave them. I want to have my own space and everything. Maybe after that, everything is going to change again. I'll be like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. Just keep traveling. I still have a pilgrimage to do and Camino de Santiago and other pilgrimages. So we'll see how all this creating my space is going to happen after that. But yes, I would strongly encourage you to think about it. And it's nice to see people, working around the house and doing their stuff. But it feels much different for someone, because here it's like, we also work around the house and we do things, but it's not ours. So it just feels weird. There we go. These are my thoughts for today, and well, I will try to get in the mood for writing and creating, and we'll see what's gonna happen. See you around.